and maybe some other time. Greetings, everyone. It is me, GigaLem, and welcome to a very special first impression. This is going to be post commentary, and if the frame rate is a little less than 60, that's because I was screen sharing this to a friend. Yeah. So if you're wondering what this is the closed beta test for Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and that is not exactly an easy particular name to say, because guess what? I feel this game should have been called Crossroads, because Cross Worlds does not roll off the tongue. You see Jet in the background there? We can't play as him in this demo, but I'm sure we'll have fun playing as him when the game comes out, whenever that may be. Let's just say this right now, I'm already excited for this game. But I do have some critiques to give, and we'll get to that. But this is more all about just talking about the type of game here and what we'll be going through. Basically, there was this closed beta test that you could sign up for, and people were getting it during the following days. There were people getting it later than expected. And I remember I basically got my particular got my particular pass when when I was playing through Ratchet and Clank. The game I was recording B-roll footage in the background for. And yeah, I'm playing as Zaz. He exists, and I'm gonna make it everyone's problem. And here's me just figuring out the menus and such. I apologize if things are a bit on the slow side or something like that. But yeah. So now that I've replayed through a bit of Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, I've yet to replay the original. I do have the original on disc and such, but I'll say this right now. This is not developed by Sumo Digital, considering that they were acquired by Meta sometime after the development of Team Sonic Racing, and I have not played that game even still to this day. And let's just say, 2019 is kind of that one point where for a while I just didn't have any hope in Sonic or anything. But I'm not going to go for the low-hanging fruit here. I'm pretty sure people are tired of it at this point. But but this is being developed by the same people who developed the Initial D arcade titles. If you've seen any of those in the arcades and such. And I can tell you this for sure, this definitely does feel like an arcade racer. Like, if you've ever played an arcade racer, you know how the drifting feels and such, then basically that's what this is right here. What you're seeing right here is me making my set. I never really got to experiment too much with the sets or something like that. I just spent as much time as I could. And then I did try out other sets and types during the next few times this was playable. Never really got to play as all the characters though. I'm pretty sure people were happy to see Cream be back and not have her replaced with Chow or something like that. I just hope that we get Blaze, because we had Blaze in the last game. I hope we get her in this game, because we already have Silver. I don't think Silver's playable in this demo, now that I think about it. I probably didn't see it, but basically you can make any sort of vehicle. One vehicle type isn't available, and that is the Extreme Gear. And I'm gonna say right now, no, I do not. I seriously do not like the controls of Sonic Riders. The reason why I've preferred the Zero Gravity, at least from the last time I played it, it's over a decade ago. It's simply because it was much easier to control, or rather, if I had to put it very bluntly, I can actually control the darn game. And I know that is probably not exactly a take anyone wants to hear, because people talk about how deep and how technical Sonic Riders is, but I just can't agree if I can't really control the game in the first place. And and that's enough rambling about writers and such. I will say, maybe I'll just cut it to just the highlights and such, and what you're going to be hearing is not exactly syncing up to the commentary itself. So yeah, this game definitely does feel like an arcade racer. I was busy trying to get the hang of a new racer, like a new Sonic racer and such, and 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 when I got to basically play this, like when I got home to play this was at the same time where I was playing through. This was at the same time I got my copy of Pirate Yakuza, and at the time of this when this was recorded, this was before I started playing Pirate Yakuza. When this comes out, I've platinumed Pirate Yakuza. And I didn't really understand the controls here at first, but I will probably get it at either the next race or the race after that. But basically what you're meant to do is hold it until you reach a sweet spot and try to keep it there to basically get a really good boost. And here's me again trying to learn the controls and such. It's going to be very messy. There are some games that I just can't really do justice. I know when I got my PlayStation Vita, one of the games I tried out was Puyo Puyo Tetris. I cannot play Puyo Puyo, and I know another friend of mine wants to sit me down and try to get me to figure out playing Puyo Puyo, so that way I can play it as well as I could play Tetris. And even he struggles at Puyo Puyo sometimes. And here we're going to be seeing the new mechanic of this particular game, the cross worlds. And I really hope we do get full track versions of certain cross worlds. I do not want Roulette Road to be reserved as just a cross road. I want Roulette Road to be fully playable because I love the song that plays here. It's easily one of Sonic Heroes' best songs, so much so that they will continue to remix it. Because, at the very least, Team Sonic Racing had a really good soundtrack, minus the Wall 5 remix of Greenlight Ride. I don't know what the heck happened there. But yeah, I never played Team Sonic Racing. All it did was just basically remind me of just the state Sonic was at this time, and how it felt like my personal issues is just basically it felt like this was going to be Sonic for the remainder of his days, and I basically took that moment to just finally just basically say I was done with the series for a while. And I didn't I still don't own Sonic Origins. I don't wish to own Sonic Origins. But I'm not here to ramble about my issues with the series in the past. I'm sure that's basically opening Pandora's box right there. I'm here to talk about this game and such. We have arcade style controls, as you can tell. We have regular power ups. So instead of just wisps, we have a mixture of wisps and standard power ups and such. And there were a bunch of really promising reports that this game is definitely definitely going to feel like an apology for how lackluster Team Sonic Racing was to many people, even if the mechanics are the most sound things about it. Basically saying that, hey, we're going to do more characters, hey, we're going to support the game more, hey, we're not going to leave it out to just fizzle out immediately after release. Because let's just say, when Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled came out, that game was gone. Like like support for that game just basically it was non-existent, and I pretty much can tell like if that game is probably gonna have a hard time even finding like more players to play with nowadays. But that's probably just me being a bit of a cynic about it. Like, we're getting more characters. Like, the roster, I want to say, is already much larger than the last one. When we're getting characters that have not been in the series for a very long time. We're getting like Extreme Gear, which has not been a thing since the Kinect. And if you want to play that game, I think like the most the newest hardware that can actually run the Kinect is the Xbox One, because as far as I can tell, simply because I don't own the system, you cannot play the Kinect on Series X simply because of two factors. One, one of the things didn't do too well nowadays, and two, the fact that not everyone has the perfect family living room to even play such a game. And I don't exactly picture myself trying to play the game for myself, because simply put, one, I really don't want to show my face on camera, and two, even if I do eventually get the space to record and such, I really don't want to. It's the type of game that you want to see your friends try to play, only for them to tire themselves out. What I've seen so far is that I'm glad to see this kind of stuff come back, and Kraken Bay is there's a lot of deep cuts we're seeing from series in recent memory. like quite frankly, I got sick of Kraken Bay immediately. It just kept getting selected so many times, and while I can get a grasp at the car, playing with the car or playing with the boat, my issue is trying to play with the planes, because it's not exactly the most easy to use to drift with a plane, because it just feels very stiff. I could get used to the weird feeling, or the weird stiff feeling of drifting with the car or the boat, because it's arcade logic and such. It feels that way to basically... it's got that feeling of, you're playing with an arcade racer when the, turning feels a certain way. But trying to drift with the plane, trying to get those boosts and such, it's not exactly the... something I like or anything. And you're about to see me go from first to, well, last. Or not exactly last, but definitely not first, because I mess up badly at the last stretch of the race. And speaking of Metal Harbor, I do have a poster from one of the artists that okay, you saw that. What the heck happened there? And a poster from one of the artists that was attending Anime Isekai this year. Oh yeah, that blade right there. Let's just say that blade is what I consider one of the largest problems with this game's balance. Because a lot of the time, you're trying to basically get some momentum to get back in first, only to be met with just the constant assault of that blade, and you lose a lot of speed. It's so easy to lose that speed, and I don't think I ever made it beyond C in in this particular demo. it's very easy to lose a lot of speed and not be able to get it back. On top of the fact that you're not going to get a lot of, on top of the fact that like you're not going to get a lot of speed back. And oh no, now I remember what I was gonna say. On top of the fact that you were going to lose your item, which like is more punishing than it would be if you were playing, say, Mario Kart or anything. Because at the very least, in Mario Kart, there's like either an item nearby if possible. It doesn't take too long to get back in action. But in this game, oh boy, people really did not like how the item spam worked. Because quite frankly, you just get just like if you lose your speed too much, well, everyone's going to pass you and such. So it goes for most racing games. So, and when you try to get the higher ranks, as I was over the past few days, I end up losing a lot more. I ended up just not getting any sort of wins or anything. I just struggled to even get to C plus, and I wanted to get to B or even A, but I ran out of time, and and that's that. I will say that there are some things that I am looking forward to. Let's start with one of the best thing, the crossplay. The fact that I only have to buy one version of this game, because the one thing I would hope for is just the ability to have that shelf life and longevity support and such, to be able to play this game for years to come and have it be just a rip-roaring good time. I'll bring up an example, which is probably something I'm very sad about nowadays, and no, I did not encounter any sort of special messages between rivals or anything. So I never got to see just that line Zaz said to Cream, or what Sonic said to Shadow or Knuckles or anything. I'm pretty sure I'll encounter that when I get the full game. I am definitely going to pre-order this when I'm able to. But I will say that I am pretty excited for what this is. The one thing that made me sad about trying to play Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled in today's day and age is not just finding the matches, playing them. I hope this game's netcode is good enough to basically have matches usually happen or something like that. Because in Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled's case, 100% of the time, whenever you try to play nowadays, unless you're with friends whom it's very easy to get playing, most of the time you're going to run into the huge issue of the game just hangs at the starting line, making Wumpa grinding impossible. Which is something that I just lost my steam from playing the Xbox version. So I don't exactly have any friends to help me Wumpa grind at a convenient time of day, because quite frankly, I don't have enough friends on the PlayStation version or on the PlayStation period. And no, I am not going to go for that low-hanging fruit that's constantly said about the PlayStation 5, because guess what? It's not... no, I'm not going to start. I'm not going to ramble about that. But yeah, you saw that close finish, vernacular. Please work. I will say that E Stadium is a pretty darn cool track, probably one of my favorites in this demo, and we don't even get a time split, which bothers the heck out of me. I want a time split to see how close we were from each other from first place, because we were very close. Just it's just basically trying to find players to play with and play enough to basically be able to get enough stuff in the shop. And while I'm not going to ramble about Crash Team Rumble, believe me, that's another video for another day. It's the case of, sure, you can still find players playing even when that game was alive. But even if you could find players playing, can you actually get into playing the game? I had, like, even if you had, like, race intros turned on so players can load in, the problem is that not everyone could have that, and not everyone's going to be able to play and such. And not to mention the balance issues that also hurt the game. The fact that it was speed over the chaos and such, while it rewards skill. The problem is that you had this issue of pulse width tech where you actually had to remap your entire controller just for that extra speed, which is just what also hurt that game so much in the long run. And I know I'm comparing two different franchises with two different developers and such. I'm pretty sure that this game may get like more attention probably after all the life expectancy after everything is said and done. Who knows? We might even get like the custom hero from Forces to come back, and you could customize how that character looks along with how the car looks. And that was another item modifier that you could apply to your car that you saw right there. The fact that you can warp on top of another player. It looks like a Gmod video whenever you get crushed by that player trying to get a bit of a leg up on you. And and of course you have like certain power-ups like the monster truck, which I really wish was just a regular vehicle you could ride. Like, I remember joking about, like I'm only half joking when I say I kind of want Abraham Tower from Shadow the Hedgehog to be playable, just so that way if the monster truck took different forms, you could just have, like, a gun truck just be the monster truck. Not the whole thing, though. It'd be too big to race with. I am kind of rambling a bit, but it's more so me getting to talk about a game that I was selected to try. I'm not exactly the best at doing this. I'm kind of thinking about things on the fly, even though I've been doing this for almost 6 years now. Yeah. I am hoping that we do get some more Sonic characters as well. I don't want them to leave out Blaze. I do want them to include Xena, so that way the Zeddy are a trio, at least. I feel Xena would fit more than Zik, in my opinion. Like, I know, ancient... probably just a wise master that's probably have done this for years, but come on, Xena would be the type that would just benefit from the idea of ride and style, you know. Like at least have them be a trio, if anything. Like if anything, I would personally prefer to see. I'd also prefer to see Blaze come back. There are probably other characters I would like to see come back as racers for this. I do want to see some Sonic characters come back as well and such. We've only got like a portion of the characters that were playable here, and we can tell how many people were happy to see a certain rabbit actually be part of the roster instead of just, Chow. Like we did get like statistics like almost a month after this demo was live, and there were 2 hedgehogs and a bunny. 2 hedgehogs and a rabbit that were considered the most popular. Oh, look, a wisp. Now look, a wisp. They're in another game. But yeah, it's just me happy to see what we see so far, but there was like a lot of things that people were like concerned with, and I know a lot of people were not happy with the item balancing. Like, you can easily get super decimated within the higher ranks. You're not going to see that, or probably you saw that earlier, at least with one of the races. And I know at least with the lower ranks, you get 6 players and 6 computer players. Can we start using the name computer players again, since the name AI is a bit dicey now? But I digress. Like, you basically get computer players until you rank up high enough to face a full lobby of full human players and such. And I know the last bits of it are going to be just showing off what I wasn't able to show off in this 30 minutes of gameplay and such. But yeah. Also, there's a part of me that wants there to be like a delivery driver outfit for Zaz if we do get character outfits and such. Simply because Zaz will make you go home in a box. I mean, that would be funny. I'll rep for the Zaz fans. I'll be Zaz because I feel like I don't like it when a character's existence is treated as a crime when they're at best harmless. And I do know, at least in the IDW comics, you have them actually being actual characters. Like, I can talk about my thoughts about how I don't exactly like how like the impression that the Deadly Six gave people in Sonic Lost World, but I think that's saved for a video on another channel. At least when we get to that. But what I do like is just it's just that being able to I just wanted to play as the character so that way I can just say that, hey, Zaz exists and I'm gonna make it everyone's problem. So I know another issue people had was the sound and such. I don't want to be a cynic and say, oh, as the games get better, the music is starting to take a hit. Like, I don't want to go there just yet. I may love Shadow Generations and such, but I feel like some of the remixes were a bit on the weak side. I really wish they would have just went for hard rock instead of just watered down EDM for Rail Canyon, because I will say that I am happy about playing a Rail Canyon that doesn't make me want to rage quit because the rail switching just doesn't work. But it's just I don't think the music is terrible from what I've heard. Like, I do actually like some of the songs I've heard. I don't think there are going to be any clean rips of this particular soundtrack for a while. You're just going to have to hear the music from the gameplay, and even then it's going to be hard to hear over all the people playing. And I do hope they do take it to heart and show what they can seriously do. I do hope to see what they can do. I do hope to see what they can do with the Sega characters, essentially turning this into a proper Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing 3. Because there are a lot of Sega characters they can pull from. There are like deep cuts and such. I'm pretty sure many of you would like to see characters like Kiryu or Majima or something. I mean, I would. Imagine Extreme Gear. That's literally the Street Surfers from Pirate Yakuza. I'm gonna refer to that game as Pirate Yakuza because it's easier to say. Like, the full title is gonna be a mouthful. So I'm basically going to cut to some new footage after the fact. I didn't record any other footage as much as I wanted to. There wasn't exactly anything that was highlight worthy or something. At least nothing I didn't pull from my PlayStation clips or anything. But you're gonna see what happens near the end of the race. Oh, yeah. You saw how close that was and such. So that's about that. That's about that. So I'm gonna cut to basically the tracks I didn't show in this first 30 minutes of gameplay, and if we're getting certain zones from, like, say, Sonic Rush or something, let's get Blaze in. So yeah, we are cutting straight to, I want to say, Water Palace. This was a bit awkwardly cut because I had to basically just like hit record on the moment, and and I did like change my car and such. I saw a few more Zaz players, but there are a lot of Sonics here. We are in. Shoot. It's not Water Palace. I know it's another name. You probably seen it in the recording, but yeah, I I love how this like these tracks look. I like some that like I love like the tracks we've played in so far. I loved playing through E Stadium, Metal Harbor, and probably this track. Like I think this is one of my favorite tracks from a design standpoint, or at least from a aesthetic standpoint. Like it's a toss up between E Stadium and this track because I do think they look beautiful. Like E Stadium looks super exciting. Exciting. It's like the start of an event, and then you have like I keep wanting to call it Water Palace because it looks like that. Uh, but it's such a beautiful design. It looks like it's very royal looking, and and uh, well, my cart's not exactly like when you get off road. It's just your cart slows down a lot, but it's a very beautiful looking zone. I love the regal, royal look to it. Like, uh, like it looks very like royal. It's got those kind of patterns that just make it look really beautiful and such. It's just something I can just look at even without playing like for days because you can just you're in awe of how the track looks and such, or how the stage looks. Like visuals, they really nailed it for this game. They really nailed it and such. I'm pretty sure the reason for the Sega account thing is because it is probably for games like this, so that way they don't have to use Epic Games for crossplay. And I don't know if anyone's playing Superstars multiplayer and such. I've not played that game since 2023. That's another can of worms for later. I don't want to be overly cynical here. Like I can bring up my issues with this series, like at least with other particular like channels or something like that, because at the very least, like I can be a bit more. I can be a bit more like varied over there, even if I'm not the one playing the game or something like that. I mean, I have revisited Shadow the Hedgehog like 20 years later. Like there are other games I'm likely going to revisit. There are going to be other games I'm going to actually try to beat. And you just saw me get decimated at the finish line. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that is probably one of the reasons why people had issues with the item balancing. How people might even save it for the end and basically take that first place from you. The entire podium is Sonic. I love some of the lines you can hear in this game, like with Zaz here. Just I wasn't wanting to win anyway, or something like that. There's another track we're going to be seeing here. Shoot, I forget the name of it. I want to say it's Rainbow Garden, I believe. And after that, we're going to see one more Cross World. It's supposedly based on an old Sega franchise that people are speculating, as they're already planting the seeds for the Sega crossovers to basically turn this into Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing 3 or something. But it's just like a lot of my friends are jealous of me. I am the lone PlayStation 5 owner of the group. At least for the most part. I think there's another one of my friends in my friend group that owns a PlayStation 5. I know another friend of mine, I know a few friends that own PS5s. It's just in one of my groups, I'm the only one that has the PS5. Or at least was one of the only ones. I know for a while another one of my friends was one of the only ones that owned a PS Vita, and now I own one, and I've been playing through Lemmings Touch 10 years after the fact. And now we're going to another storybook series type of level. I've not played the storybook series as of yet, and I believe I just played this zone on Frenzy Time, And Frenzy Time, I don't know when it happens, but it's either you have a plethora of rings to dash through, or you get instant drift charges, where if you can charge it up to 4, you become invincible for a little bit. And yeah, I could sing a certain song, but I'm trying to keep this. I'm trying to keep this like. I'm trying to keep this like what, PG-13 or something. I don't know. But this ending part is like, from some of the cross worlds we've seen, there are some very striking ones that are just fun to go through. I do wonder if there is going to be a standard race mode where it's just you play 3 races on one track or something, or a mode that where you just only go through just the cross worlds and such, like like either you start on a cross world and you go through that cross world for the final lap, or you basically play through 3 different cross worlds. But yeah. So, so with that all being said and done, I might as well just say, as we go over the final world, which is going to be like Magma Canyon or Magma Galaxy or whatever. I will say I am very thankful to Sega for giving me the chance, and many others the chance, to play this way ahead of time. I do hope to see more from it. Do hope to see some improvements from the feedback they received on this, and I do hope to play with my friends in the future. If you have played with me, like if you're one of the few PlayStation 5 owners that has gotten a chance with it, let me know, because I had fun. And I will say that I will happily see you on the track whenever this game releases, whether you be on the same console as mine or on a later console. Now you just have me cutting to basically the last track I did not show, because it was the last track. It was the last cross world I've even seen. I want to say this, like, Magma Canyon, and Magma Canyon, like, if you don't like flying, especially in this game, because I have played through Transform after the fact, and while the flying definitely feels a little bit better there, it's still just a bit hard to try to get the most speed from in plane form, simply because of the fact that it's just, you're dealing with very stiff controls at the end of the day. So yeah, thank you Sega for this opportunity to play this game. I do hope to see the final product. I'm willing to immediately pre-order this game because I'm looking forward to playing this with friends and such. And thank you all for watching and waiting for this one to come out. This was recorded all the way back in February, and now I finally got to it. So yeah. If you want to follow any future series on this channel, it's just a click of the subscribe bell, the subscribe button, the bell, and you'll be on your way. If you want to donate to this channel for anything, to show your support, any amount helps. There's a couple links in the description below. Let me know what you want to. Let me know if you want me to shout you out, during a Let's Play or something like that. And I'll be sure to make sure to do that. But otherwise, I will say thank you once again. I hope you're taking really good care of yourself. I look forward to meeting you on the track when this game releases. And I shall now bid you adieu. Sorry for this awkward pause. It just takes a while to get here.